Sports director Kevin Suits. The most watched, the most trusted. That's 1011.
Welcome back. The time is 5:25, and you may have noticed Brad was off the last few weeks until yesterday, but some of you know that he was probably gone for a good reason, and if you don't, well, he's here to tell you why he was gone.
That's right. If you don't care, then, well, enjoy these pictures anyway, if I was gone or not. So yeah, I went to Scotland. This is a holiday vacation tour. Went with 1011 viewers, and we went to Scotland and Northern Ireland. And the first couple of shots was Glasgow and Edinburgh Castle, or the town of Edinburgh. That's Edinburgh Castle there. That's some of the members of the group that were waiting to see the castle. This is the Scottish Highlands, so we got to drive through there. Beautiful scenery. The weather was very nice during
You're
these
quite
days.
the photographer, Brad.
Well, I mean, I try to do a lot of stuff with my phone, but that's about it. This is Inverary Castle that's on the right or the left side there, and there's our group getting on a boat. Wow. We're taking a tour of Loch Lomond, or as you translate that, Lake Lomond, but Loch Lomond. So that'll be the next picture coming up here. I think there's some scenes there on the lake. There's that one. Now the one on the left is from Lake Lomond. This is actually us crossing from Scotland to Northern Ireland on a ferry. So this is the Irish Sea or the Atlantic Ocean that we're crossing there. So that's a nice little bridge, some scenery that we drove through in Scotland. That picture on the right is that's the City Hall in Belfast. So we went to Belfast, Northern Ireland. Wow. So it's very impressive just for City Hall. There's the entire group in front of Queen's University in Belfast. So there was quite a group. There were about 41 of us on this trip, and that's Belfast. That's the Titanic sinking. Because they have the Titanic Museum in Belfast, because the Titanic was constructed in Belfast. So there was a lot of great pictures I could have shared with you, just not enough time. But I just wanted to let you know that was one of the things we saw there. This is just driving through the Irish countryside. There's sheep there in that picture. So you got to have sheep when you're talking about Scotland or Ireland. So that was beautiful. That other picture of the ocean there, this is on the northern coast of Northern Ireland. It's called Giant's Causeway. Some very cool geological features because old volcanoes made all this volcanic rock. So it was really cool. There's some of the scenes right there. Of just incredible formations, natural formations. The next picture there on the right, that's again just in Northern Ireland. I believe it's Glenveigh is how they pronounce it, and the lake there. There was a castle there too that we went to. I think there's a picture of that. That one on the right is the castle. Now, the one on the left there, this is in Derry, Northern Ireland, and that is actually the square. If you are familiar with all the troubles they had in Northern Ireland from 1968 to 1998, this is where the Bloody Sunday event took place, the song for U2, Bloody Sunday. This is where the British soldiers had fired on protesters back in 1972. But of course, you're going to Ireland, you got to do some Irish whiskey. This is a tour of the Crowley Irish whiskey, and so you can see some of the group there. You can see the barrels of whiskey. It was tasty. We got to have a little sample there. And again, this is we had a night of entertainment with Irish songs as well as the river dancing. These are some of the folks that traveled with us. And again, the one on the left, that is the Guinness factory. You got to have that. I mean, that's where it's made. Of course. That's right. And then some river dancers there on the left. And this is a couple of scenes from Dublin. We ended our trip in Dublin, Ireland. And so there's some just driving through some beautiful scenes there in the city center of Dublin. And then again, more scenes from Dublin there on the right. So I think that's it. Fantastic trip. It was a great, the group of Nebraskans that were traveling with us was just fantastic, and beautiful country, Scotland, Northern Ireland, just fantastic. So if you ever have a chance to go, you certainly could do that.
Yeah, so what was your favorite part?
Yeah. There were so many favorite parts. I loved the Scottish Highlands with those early pictures of the green hills. They were more impressive than I thought they were going to be. I mean, I've always seen pictures of them, but they're very impressive. I also like that Giant's Causeway with the geological features. The castles, of course, were cool. There was just so many great moments on the trip. It's hard to just pick out one favorite.
Yeah, and I'm sure lots of good food as well.
Yeah, there was good food. You know, I went over there thinking there would be a lot of corned beef and cabbage. That's not a thing over there. I mean, I don't know, it must have been maybe from the Irish in the United States that brought that tradition, especially on St. Patrick's Day. I don't know where it came from, but it was like, yeah, they don't do that over there as much as I thought they were going to.
Wow.
So I learned something that day. There's no, yeah, but yeah, it was a good time.
Very beautiful. No shortage of pictures there. I was mesmerized the whole time just going through that slideshow.
I could have shown a lot more, but Ryan, one of our producers, said
No,
That's
I have to
enough.
put a limit on
That's
it.
up for time.
He was-
I could have spent, the next 20 minutes showing vacation pictures of Europe.
yeah, you'll have to get some printed because some of those were just real, just so beautiful.
I was inspired.
Yeah, so you're gonna
Alrighty.
pick up a camera now and maybe start taking your own pictures around here.
Sure.
Alrighty, well let's take a look at today's question of the day.
All right. Well, the popularity of this menu item has increased by at least 10% over the past couple of years. What is it? I just always like to go with avocado toast.